Hi. Okay, so I'm here not to make a vocal cover, but to talk about something that not everybody feels comfortable talking about. Whether they're afraid to, and they're afraid they're gonna get judged and get called names. Well, whatever's stopping them, I wanna, know that those people aren't alone. I want to talk about some clinical illnesses, and the one that I'm going to talk about is depression. It is a clinical illness that you are diagnosed with, and it is when it's not just being sad, it is when you're in a state of sadness that prevents you from going on with your life. It can prevent you from going out with your friends, or doing your homework and getting good grades, talking to your family, getting exercise. It just makes you want to pretty much curl up in a ball and stay in your room in the dark and, dwell on your own sadness. That's pretty much what happens, when it can get really bad. Depression is a killer. There are suicides, thousands of suicides by teenagers, adults, anyone, all around the world. I know an 8-year-old who is on 200 milligrams of Prozac, which is an antidepressant. An 8-year-old. I'm on 20. An 8-year-old's on 200. So depressions come in all forms. People take it out through sadness, and they can also take it out with aggression. I've had problems with aggression before, and I try to deal with it on a daily basis. Depression is something really hard to overcome because you have no motivation. You feel like you are always going to be sad and it will never get better. And everything that can go wrong does. That's what it feels like. You look at all of the negative things in your life and never the positive. And I live in this situation. You are not alone. I have to go through this daily. All these negative things that I always try to put in my head that it's never going to get better, it does. You have your friends. No matter, if you have a couple people that don't like you, everybody doesn't like each other. Doesn't matter. You have a few people that care about you. There's someone out there that loves you, no matter who they are. Your parents, your friends, even yourself. And loving yourself is the first step to overcoming depression. When you figure out that you can finally love yourself, you can let people love you back. And that's just pretty much what I wanted to say. You are not alone out there. If you ever need anybody to talk to, I'm always here. I can give advice on pretty much any situation, but no one deserves to go through something like this by themselves. If you think you have depression, tell someone. Telling your parents is the first step to overcoming it. It's the hardest thing to admit that you have a problem, and especially in the eyes of your parents, because they just think they're your child. So, telling your parents is the first step. And going to counseling can also help. There are therapists for, if money is a problem, there's insurance companies that allow you to go to a therapist wherever they might be. There's some in the North Shore. There are some even in Boxford if you're from around here. There are some in Newburyport. They're everywhere. There's always someone to talk to. You are never alone. And you should never allow yourself to be alone because it will never help and you'll just dwell. Depression is a sickness. It is a mental condition and it's not a joke. People die from depression and you should be helped. You deserve it and you deserve to be happy. That's all I wanted to say. So if you ever need anybody to talk to, you can always leave a comment or inbox me. I'm always here.